Welcome back. A very popular response and great response yesterday to the video, so I thought I would give it another try tonight and show you what we're cooking for dinner. So today we are going to be cooking a lovely simple pasta dish. It's sort of southern Italian inspired with a lovely prawns, Nduja, a lovely array of vegetables and a simple tomato sauce. So I'm going to actually start with, I've had to start the process because there's some things take a bit of time. So you see in this pot we have the pasta cooking. Really you can use any pasta for this, but I had this bag in the cupboard so I thought I'd use this today. And in this pan we've started, it's the base of the sauce. It's basically onions, sliced garlic, red and yellow peppers. Now they've been cooking for about 15 minutes on a really low heat. So I just want to get all that natural sweetness out of the onions, out of the garlic and out of the peppers. So you can see, just want to show you how I sliced the garlic for this. I actually just sliced the garlic very thin and leave it. So I like to have the pieces because I want to taste all that sweetness that comes out. The peppers are just diced as so, and the onions are sliced thinly. Okay, I'll use this for another recipe when I'm cooking tomorrow, but I just wanted to show you how I prepared the base for this. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'll put this out of the way. So, into this base. It's lovely, sweet. You can really smell all the flavours coming. And because at the minute I've been struggling to get fresh herbs, I'm just going to, for this one, use a little bit of dried oregano. So it's just a little pinch of oregano. My next visit to the supermarket, hopefully I'll be able to get some fresh herbs. And the secret ingredient to this one is half a stick of cinnamon. I know that might sound a little bit weird, but it actually gives a beautiful, subtle background flavour into the dish. So I'll just put that in there, let that release, and then a really good twist of black pepper. Okay, now this is a Nduja. It's a spicy Calabrian style sausage. Now this might be difficult to get, so if you can't find Nduja, you could substitute it for chorizo, merguez, but if you're substituting it for chorizo, make sure it's a cooking chorizo that will go into, the ones that are cooked like a salami don't release enough oils. So for this one I'm using basically about 75 grams. Now that just goes in. Nduja is a fantastic product for those of you who haven't heard of it before. The Italians simply eat it spread like a pate on bread. Very spicy, lots of flavour, quite salty. You'll notice I haven't seasoned this dish yet because of the fact that Nduja can be quite salty. So, if you look in there, you can just see that I'm breaking it up. I want to keep little chunks in it. And this is the pasta. The pasta you just cook to the packet's instructions. Really, I'm just trying to make dishes for you all that are easy to make at this time, especially if you don't want to be making, well, maybe you do want to make your own pasta, but we can maybe do that at a later stage. Okay, so that's been on a really low heat. At this point, I'm actually going to turn the heat up because I want to start, now I've got all the natural sweetness out, I'm actually looking for a little bit of caramelization now. Now I only want to cook it on high heat for approximately a minute. Just as soon as I can hear the sizzle start to rise, then I'll just add the white wine. Okay, so we'll give that about 30 seconds. And then really for this dish, any white wine can be used. So really whatever you have in the cupboard. This is a bottle left over from last night that Andrea didn't finish, so we will.
Could have finished it tonight then.
Yeah, it's all right. There's plenty more. Okay, so the white wine just goes in about 200 milliliters. So with this, that's why we want the heat up full now because we want that really to reduce down. Just keep stirring your pasta all the time. This is a fantastic pasta. It really holds the sauce well. My recommendations for this dish would be spaghetti, bucatini, or cavatelli would be fantastic, or even a penne pasta. Any pasta really works for this. Cavatelli would be my favourite. Okay, right. You can really see the depth of colour in that sauce now. It's just all that paprika and the Nduja, all the chilli coming out of it. It's just, it smells amazing. So I'm going to give that another 20 seconds. And then we're going to add the tomatoes. It's quite a simple dish, this. Once the tomatoes go in, we will cook it for about another minute, and then I'll just talk about sort of what can be added to this dish. Okay, so a tin of tomatoes in. This dish will serve 4 as well, by the way, so it'll serve 4 quite comfortably. Okay, it's like all Italian dishes. They come together very, very, it's about very, very good product. And just letting the product speak for itself, not making it too complicated. Okay, I'm just going to let that come to the boil. And then I'm going to add some prawns to this. So the prawns literally are going to go in for about 30 seconds. And then I'm going to add this, some asparagus and some kale that I had. So really you can add whatever vegetables you want. You don't even have to add vegetables if you don't fancy them. But I always like to have a little bit of vegetable in my dinners. So with the asparagus, I'm just going to trim the ends off there. I'm just going to cut these into bits because I'm not going to blanch these. I'm just going to cook these straight in the sauce. Same with the kale. Okay. So if you look now, you can see the pasta's not far off. Usually packet pasta will take anywhere between 11 and 12 minutes. I do like to cook it a little 1 minute less than the packet always instructs. I always feel that it can be just a little bit overcooked whenever you cook to the pastas, the instructions. But I mean, that's personal preference. Very nearly ready. Now, at this point, I'm going to just drop the prawns in. Let's just give that another 10 seconds. Any shellfish will work with this dish. I have prawns so at hand, but scallops, mussels, cockles, squid, anything like that would work. Even monkfish or a nice firm fish would work really, really well in this dish. Just really, with all these recipes, you can really use whatever you have at hand and adapt them to suit. Okay, prawns are in. So I'm literally going to give them just a stir in the sauce. That's all I really need for them. And then I'm going to go in with the vegetables, because these will cook around the same time. Now you notice I still haven't put any salt in this yet. I'm going to check at the end to see if I feel it needs seasoning. Give that a minute. Now I'm going to remove the pasta. I should have got a bigger sieve for this. But it's always good to keep a little bit of pasta water in there anyway. Okay, so I'm going to just put this back on. Now at this point, this will take, literally from this point, it will take about 2 minutes. So, and after that 2 minutes, we will check for seasoning. And I will add a little bit of lemon just to add a bit of freshness to the dish. So I'm just going to take the rind of half a lemon. And then the juice of half a Okay, that's it, coming together nicely. Just going to check for seasoning. Just a little bit of salt. That's all it's really going to need. And that is how simple it is. Oh, it's delicious. I love the spicy bite coming through that Nduja. Okay, so simple. Always toss, which is why I like to undercook the pasta a little bit. Because I like to cook the sauce into the pasta and let that sauce really work its way right through the pasta, so you're getting it, all the flavours coming together. So 1 minute just with this and it will be ready. Now with a dish like this, in southern Italy, you would never get Parmesan served on it. But if you love Parmesan, feel free to add it to the dish. The Italians, especially the southern Italians and the Sicilians, don't believe fish should ever be eaten with Parmesan. I don't know why, because I actually quite like it. Okay guys, there you have it. Lovely southern Italian style prawn and Nduja pasta. Enjoy.